Welcome back to yet another discussion on some of the most important history topics that could find their way to your 2024 prelims examination. Today, we are taking up the case of the Maratha military landscapes. First, we shall analyze why this topic was in the news, and then let us delve into its significance. The Maratha military landscape of India will be India's nomination for recognition as UNESCO's World Heritage List for the year 2024-2025. First, let me give you a summary of this particular news article that you see on the screen. The Maratha military landscape of India basically consists of fortifications and military systems developed by the Maratha rulers between the 17th and the 19th centuries. As a matter of fact, there are more than 390 forts in Maharashtra, but of those 390, only 12 forts have been selected under the Maratha military landscapes of India. And even out of the 12, 8 are protected by the Archaeological Survey of India, and the remaining 4 are protected by the Directorate of Archaeology and Museums, Government of Maharashtra. The Maratha military landscapes of India was included priorly in the tentative list of World Heritage Sites in 2021. That basically served as a precursor to the current development. So this nomination is the sixth cultural property from Maharashtra to be considered for inclusion in the World Heritage List. So you'll have to identify the remaining 5 cultural properties from Maharashtra that already find a place in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Now, let us look at this whole thing from an elaborate perspective. The Maratha military landscape is a remarkable system of forts and military structures. And these forts and military structures were basically developed between the 17th and 19th centuries by the Maratha rulers. It was during the peak of their powers that they basically developed these structures. So, this network of forts represented a unique and outstanding example of Maratha military architecture and the strategies that they employed during that period. And all this began, and the humble beginnings can be traced to one man, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, who put the Maratha power in the pedestal of glory in the late 17th century. And his legacy was carried over by the subsequent Peshwa rulers till their fall in 1818 CE. So if you see, this Maratha military landscape basically span across various regions in Maharashtra, which encompass varying geographical locations, including the Sayadri mountain ranges, the Konkan coast, the Deccan Plateau, and Eastern Ghats in peninsular India. So, these military landscapes are a great mix of geographical and physiographic features. Not only that, if you see, 8 forts I told you are protected by the Archaeological Survey of India. What are these 8 forts? It includes the Shivneri Fort, Lohagad Fort, Raigad Fort. Okay, you have the Lohagad Fort here, Shivneri Fort, Raigad Fort, Suvarna Durg, Panhala Fort. You see the Panhala Fort on the screen, and then Vijayadurg Fort is another thing that you see, and then we have the Sindhudurg Fort and the Jinji Fort. So these forts basically are the ones that are protected by the Archaeological Survey of India. Okay, and the remaining 4 forts, which includes the Salhar Fort, Raigad Fort, Salhar Fort, Rajgad Fort, the Kanderi Fort, and Pratapgarh forts, are basically the ones that are protected by the Directorate of Archaeology and Museums, Government of Maharashtra. Okay, so as I told you earlier, there are already 5 cultural properties from Maharashtra which are included in the World Heritage List. This is the sixth property. Okay, these 12 forts. And prior to this development, back in 2021, the Maratha military landscapes of India was included in the tentative list of World Heritage Sites. Okay, so what is the criteria for cultural sites to be included in World Heritage Site? That's another area that you have to concentrate upon. Okay, so if you see, the Maratha military landscapes of India have been nominated under 3 of these criteria. Firstly, criteria the third, focuses on bearing unique or exceptional testimony to a cultural tradition or civilization, either still existing or having disappeared. So the Maratha military landscape falls under this criteria. Why? Because the Maratha forts today stand as a testament to the military strategies, traditions, and civilizations of the Maratha rulers. Secondly, the nomination falls under criteria 4, which highlights the outstanding examples of building, architectural, or technological ensembles or landscapes that illustrate significant stages in human history. So the forts of Maratha rulers reflect their architectural brilliance and the military advancements made during their rule, which provides insights into the historical and cultural context of that time. And the third criteria under which the Maratha military landscape falls under is criteria 6. Okay, by being directly or tangibly associated with events, living traditions, ideas, beliefs, and artistic and literary works of outstanding universal significance. So these forts today have witnessed significant historical events and they continue to hold cultural and traditional importance in the region. That's the reason why the Maratha military forts have been included in this list. Okay, so what is the benefit of including this particular landscape in the World Heritage List? It would not only recognize their exceptional historical and cultural value, but the inclusion would promote their preservation and conservation for the future generations. Okay, so these forts today stand as living testaments to the rich heritage of the Maratha rulers, and it showcases the strategies, military strategies employed during their rule. So, being included in the World Heritage List would probably enable the future generation to know more about the Marathas. So this is about the Maratha military landscape. So another thing that you're supposed to basically know from this particular topic is about the UNESCO World Heritage List and all those monuments in India that are part of this World Heritage List. Okay, so if you see, currently India has 42 World Heritage Sites. Okay, so out of these 42 World Heritage Sites, 34 are cultural sites, 7 are natural sites, and 1 is a mixed site that encompasses both cultural and natural elements. So, of these 42 in Maharashtra, there are 6 World Heritage Sites, okay, including 5 cultural sites and 1 natural site. So, what are these sites in Maharashtra? Ajanta Caves, Ellora Caves, Elephanta Caves, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, which was formerly known as Victoria Terminus in Mumbai, and then the Victoria Gothic and Art Deco ensembles of Mumbai, and the Western Ghats of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. These are the already existing 5 cultural sites. Okay, so if you see, on the whole, there can be a question on what were the latest additions, the last 2 additions before the Maratha military landscapes. So the 42nd one, the last one, was the inclusion of the sacred ensembles of the Hoysala temples of Belur, Halabidu, and Somanathapura in Karnataka. This is the Halabidu temple. So this is the 42nd World Heritage site in India. And the 41st is the one that you're seeing on the right side of the screen, and that is Rabindranath Tagore's Shantini Ketan. Okay, so these are the things that you're supposed to concentrate on. So apart from this, there are several other points to ponder. When there is a particular article about the Marathas, you have to concentrate on various other things as well, various other subtopics. Questions could be asked from all these areas. For example, there can be a question on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and his exploits, because he was the one who laid the foundation for the glory of the Marathas. Then there could be questions on the issues between the Mughals and the Marathas, the issues between Shivaji and Aurangzeb, Shivaji's escape from Agra. All this could be discussed. And then the Marathas are known for their naval prowess. You can expect a question from Maratha Navy. Okay, recently there was also a news pertaining to the Indian naval insignia imbibing the Maratha one. So you can lay your emphasis on Maratha naval prowess. And then you have to talk about Maratha consolidation in the 18th century. Maratha administration is the area which attracts the maximum number of questions. So that's another area that you have to concentrate on. And then we have to talk about the emergence of the Peshwas and the Maratha Confederacy, which emerged in the late 18th century, and that was the one which faced its downfall in its conflict with the British. And another area that you have to concentrate on with regard to the Marathas is the important battles. The Third Battle of Panipat, the Anglo-Maratha Wars, the important battles that Shivaji Maharaj fought. All these things you have to concentrate on. So apart from this, institutions like ASI, Directorate of Archaeology and Museums, Maharashtra. So these are the institutions you have to have an idea about. You have to look at their background, when they were started, the prominent figures who were involved in the institution of these organizations, the roles and responsibilities these organizations carry forward in today's context. These are the things that you will have to concentrate. And then, apart from that, the 42 World Heritage Sites you have to keep in mind. Okay, any question could be asked from these 42 World Heritage Sites in India. Okay, so these are the things that you have to concentrate on. I'll give you a few examples of the kind of questions that you can expect from this topic. So Shivaji maintained a fleet at which of the following places? Was it at Surat, Calicut, Bombay, or Colaba? The correct answer is option D, Colaba. If you see, Shivaji maintained a fleet at Colaba to plunder the Mughal trading vessels and also to check the pirates. Okay, also to check the pirates. So correct answer is Colaba. The second question is, identify the European power from whom Shivaji obtained cannons and ammunition. Was it the French, the Portuguese, the Dutch, or was it the English? The correct answer is option B, Portuguese. So if you see, Shivaji used cannons and ammunitions from the Portuguese to attack the English. Okay, so in June of 1661, Shivaji's soldiers plundered Rajapur and captured several Englishmen. So this was basically a payback for the English aid to Bijapur. So the following year, that is 1662, Shivaji captured a band of Englishmen in Surat for supplying ammunition to his enemies. Then you can basically expect a question like this based on Maratha administration. The administrative council of Shivaji was known as Parishad, Mantri Parishad, Ashtrapradhan, or Rajya Parishad. You all know this answer pretty well. It's a simple one. It is Ashtapradhan. Okay, the Ashtapradhan was the council of 8. Okay, it was a council of 8 ministers that administered the Maratha Empire. So the council was formed in 1674 by their king, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Okay, and then the final one, the two taxes, Chaut and Shardeshmukhi, were introduced by who among the following? The answer is already highlighted. It is the Marathas. Okay, Chaut and Shardeshmukhi is a very important topic from which a lot of questions could be asked. So Chaut and Shardeshmukhi were taxes conceived during the times of great Maratha ruler Shivaji. So Chaut means basically 1/4, that is 25% of the gross revenue or produce to be paid to Jagirdars of the Maratha Empire from hostile or alien state. Okay, so these are the kind of questions that you can basically expect from the topic, Maratha topic. Okay, so I hope this would have given you a bit of clarity on how to approach this topic, a very important topic from which you can definitely expect a question. So that's it from our discussion for the day. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful and fruitful day. For more such videos, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.